When Fordham and St. Louis met nearly a month ago down in the Bronx, they were two completely different teams. Fordham was on the high of getting their elusive first A-10 win, and St. Louis was riding a hot start to their conference season. In that back-and-forth overtime game from Rose Hill, it was the Billikens who topped the Rams 67-57 after a struggling extra quarter of play from Fordham. Since nearly getting their second conference win, the Rams have found it difficult to scrape out another victory as they enter today's contest on a 6-game losing streak. And as for St. Louis, they have done everything but take advantage of their narrow road win as they also enter on a losing skid, having dropped 5 straight, including back-to-back losses to the best the Atlantic 10 has to offer in Richmond and Rhode Island. Now these two teams meet once again, where only one team can get back into the win column, leading the other to hit the panic button just a couple weeks before March. It's Fordham and St. Louis, live from the Chaifetz Arena in Missouri. Don't go anywhere, because it's right here on WFUV Sports.
Downtown Missouri, Fordham seeks revenge on the road, but it's going to come in one of the most difficult environments. As you can hear, 8,000 kids in attendance at the Chaifetz Arena. Fordham's going to have to claw their way to the finish line against St. Louis. Anthony Smith here, your solo broadcaster, proud to bring you Fordham women's basketball on WFUV Sports. Both teams running lineups now starting to get announced. But before we get into the game, I had the chance to meet Coach Bridgette Mitchell ahead of today's contest. Take a listen to that.
Anthony Smith, joined by Coach Bridgette Mitchell of Fordham University, ahead of their contest today on the road against St. Louis. Coach, last time out versus St. Louis, you guys recorded an assist on 64% of your baskets. Over the last 3, you guys have averaged 6.3. What are you looking to do today to try and get back into that rhythm we saw against St. Louis over just about a month ago?
Yeah, we definitely have to move the ball. We got to make them actually defend. So if we do one pass and then try to get a quick shot, we're not putting any pressure on their defense. They have a lot of players that we can look to exploit with our athleticism, quickness, and things like that. So we want to make sure that we're sharing the ball. Heavy emphasis on being able to make a great shot rather than a good shot.
And kind of similar to the South, relying heavily on their starting 5, not as much on their bench. I know you mentioned last game just trying to be aggressive on offense, trying to get the other team into foul trouble. Is that the same game plan going into today, or maybe something that you wanted to change going into today?
Yeah, definitely emphasizing our ability to shot fake. They are undisciplined in that they really are similar to us in that they love going in transition, going for those steals and being able to get out and go. So we want to get them into a little bit of foul trouble by being able to use our shot fakes. But the biggest key for us against this team specifically, we have to get to the middle of the court. If we're able to get to the middle of the court and find each other, because they collapse and they really try to stop you from being able to score at the rim. So we got to be able to make that next pass, and that will also contribute to us being able to get our assists.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned being able for them to stop you down low. I know they rank first in blocks in the A-10, but rank last in points per game allowed. How do you look to try and get an offensive rhythm early on in today's game?
Yeah, we're going to capitalize on our offensive rebounds. We've been having a really good chance at getting those second chance points, and so we're going to really look to capitalize on them today and go up and finish strong through contact. We know that their post presence is strong, able to get blocks, leading the conference in blocks. So we're going to use our shot fakes to get her up, but we also have to be confident that if it's not my shot, I'm going to get it to my teammate and she'll have the better shot.
Coach, thank you so much. Fordham versus St. Louis coming up next on WFUV Sports.
kids in attendance, and you can just hear it. Now it's Corinne Easley. Hands it off to left leg, Anastasia Vegas. Driving baseline, back out to Easley. Over to Wilson Santos in the left wing. On the left elbow, back to Anastasia Valulich. On the right wing, 10 left on the shot clock. Down low pass, intercepted. Pass back out to Corinne Easley. 5 left on the shot clock. Easley all the way up, can't connect. Rebound gathering by Kokenmeyer. They're struggling first offensive possession here for Fordham. Thrown ahead and now knocked on the floor. And Corinne Easley takes out across the St. Louis logo. A minute in, 2-0 game. The Billikens with the lead. Easley at the top of the key. Moves over to the left. Takes the screen from Tia Morgan. Double dribble call on Corinne Easley. St. Louis takes over. Jonna Denis moves over to the near corner. And is fouled right here on the near side of the court, right in front of the Fordham bench. It's going to be an inbound on the Fordham baseline right here on the near side. Alyssa Kirkenmeyer, who has the 2 points here today, throws it into Alexia Nelson, has to go chase it down, but does. Over on the left wing, Tia Morgan on guard. Back to Alyssa Kirkenmeyer on the left elbow. Zaya Nugent from the left elbow, Jay can't connect. Veljovic on the rebound, able to gain possession, just hands it off to Corinne Easley. In transition, Easley one-on-one with Kirkenmeyer, gets knocked out of bounds as well with the ball. 3 offensive possessions, no points here for Fordham. A minute and a half in, St. Louis holds a 2-0 lead. Handed off to Jonna Denis. Takes it down the far side of the court. Bounces over to Alexia Nelson on the right wing. Nelson one-on-one with Tia Morgan, and a foul is called. Off-ball foul between Alyssa Kirkenmeyer and Emma Wilson Santos. Emma Wilson Santos gets charged with the violation. As Precious Omashola comes in for Fordham now. Wilson Santos comes out. Wilson Santos disagree with the call. Be an inbound on the Fordham baseline, this time on the far side. Alexia Nelson bounces over to Jonathan E. Can't connect on the short bunny. Corinne Easley there playing tight defense as she takes it up the court. Dashing her way through. Left elbow floater off the front of the rim. Omashola back out to Kayla Berry. Down low back to Precious Omashola. Bounces over to Kayla Berry on the short corner. The whistle is called. Looks like Kayla Berry's kind of bounced there. 2 minutes in, still 2-0 in favor of the Billikens. Jonna Denis slowly trots it up the court. Bounces over to the right wing and Alexia Nelson. Down low, Alyssa Kirkenmeyer. Another pass down low on the left block. It was Zaya Nugent who went up for the shot. Was fouled on her way up. Kayla Berry gets charged with the foul. Lucretia Edwards comes in for Anastasia Veljovic. 2 free throw shots. For the graduate student, Zaya Nugent. Her 7th-year college basketball was redshirted twice. Comes from West Virginia on Stephen F. Austin. As she misses the first free throw. Second, no good, pops off the back of the rim. Tia Morgan jumps up, claims the rebound, and now takes it across the timeline. Tia Morgan at the top of the key. Cuts inside, back out to Corinne Easley. Over Lucretia Edwards on the left wing. Back to Tia Morgan on the left wing now. Taking a screen from Omashola. Now double team, bounces it out, up the top. Kayla Berry, long 2. Can't connect. Alyssa Kirkenmeyer, the 6'6" freshman. Gets the rebound, 7.5 to go, still 2-0. Over on the far corner. Jonathan E. back up. Left wing triples. Akira Brown knocks it down. 5-0 lead for the Billikens. Fordham in search of their first basket. 3 minutes in. Corinne Easley on the right wing. Spins around her defender. Right elbow J for Easley. Off back iron. Rebound by Denis. Over to Zaya Nugent, moves her way through. can't connect on the short floater right in front of the basket. Almost Shola on the rebound. Passes it out to Kern Easley. Easley slowly trying to get down the court. Over to Tia Morgan. Back to Easley. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Tia Morgan at the top of the key. One-on-one with Denise. Struggling and gets it taken away. Alexia Nelson now on the steal. Over to Shaquille Brown on the right wing. One-on-one Edwards. Now Kirkemeyer on the right block. Guarded by Almost Shola. Far pass across the court. Back to Jonathan E. Cuts inside and is fouled by Kayla Perry. She tried flying to the basket.
Come on, KB!
Now Yankee now checks in for Kayla Perry. Leah Burnsberg comes in for Shaquille Brown. 6:16 to go here in the first quarter. St. Louis in control so far, up 5-0. Inbound on the near baseline. Alexia Nelson throws it into Kirkemeyer. Back to Alexia Nelson. Left wing. 15 on the shot clock. Bounces it up top. Zion Nugent. There's Alyssa Kirkemeyer down low in the paint. Misses the layup. And Ornella Niakin loses control on the rebound. Over is Jonathan E. Smuggling her right underneath the basket. More substitutions here for Fordham. Mason checks in. The freshman out of South Kingston, Rhode Island. Another inbound near baseline. It's Mia Bergstrom. Over near corner to Alyssa Kirkemeyer. Bergstrom for three. Stepped out of bounds. Foul rather called. Alyssa Kirkemeyer gets charged with the foul. Fordham's going to take over. Much needed possession here for Fordham. 4 minutes in. Clock still leads 0 for Fordham. 5 for the Billikens. Tia Morgan on the right wing. Passes it off to Ornella Niakin on the right elbow. Niakin pushing her way inside. Against Nugent, loses control. Regained by Jana Demi. Over to Alexia Nelson now. On the near short corner. Nelson spinning around, goes up. Shot doesn't even get anywhere near the basket. Precious Almost Shola on the rebound. Over to Mason Hill. Takes it up the near side of the court. Now moves to the top of the key. And bounces one over to Tia Morgan on the left wing. Back to Mason Hill. Mason Hill driving inside. Banks one in. First 2 points. Comes finding the tin. Now down by 3. Jonathan E. Leans over to the right wing. Freshman out of Montreal, Canada. One-on-one with Mason Hill. In the far corner now. Tries the short corner jumper. Rebound is loose and Mason Hill recovers it. Over to Lakushi in the right wing. She'll try a triple. In and out. Mia Bergstrom on the rebound. Hands it off to Zion Nugent. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. 5-2 lead for St. Louis. Pass down low on the left block. Alyssa Kirkemeyer back out to the right wing. Mia Bergstrom for 3. Off the side of the rim. Rebound is loose. Tia Morgan hits the deck, and so does Jonathan E. It'll be Fordham ball going the other way.
Foul on the Billikens, number 0, Jonathan E.
Jonathan E gets called for the violation.
Takes us to a media timeout.
We hit the media timeout here.
So you know the name. I know my name is Draco. And I want to see who has the president. Are you guys ready? It's time for the
the top of the key. Right at the St. Louis logo. Over to Mason Hill on the left wing. He's got the only 2 points for him. Far corner with Chris Evers and an off-ball foul called on Fordham. Chanel Bianchi. Missed opportunity there for Fordham to try and cut the lead down or even tie it. Jonathan E. bounces over to Isabel Tiller, who checked in after the break. Zykeela Brown, now back to Tiller at the top of the key. Here's Zykeela Brown cutting inside. And the travel is called on St. Louis. 6 minutes in, a 5-2 lead here for St. Louis. Yankin throws it into Mason Hill.
Come on, Mason!
Up the near side of the court, Corner Easley on the right wing. Easley now at the top of the key. Over to Mason Hill, whole right wing, triple. Scrapes the side of the ring, Yankin on the rebound. Putback attempt from Yankin, no good, but a foul is called. That one comes on Messiah Wallace, also checked in for St. Louis.
Alyssa Kirkmeyer
was after a couple minutes comes back in for St. Louis. Messiah Wallace, as just mentioned. Donna Denis, Isabel Tiller, as I know the Lincoln. This is her first free throw. She's joined alongside Precious Almost Shoulder, Lucretia Edwards, Karen Easley, and Mason Hill. Second free throw attempt is catch. So a 2-point game now. Denis takes it up the far side, getting double teamed by Easley. Edwards just throws it out to Tillett on the near side of the court now, right in front of the scorer's table. Tillett, left elbow. Another travel's called here on St. Louis. Back-to-back violations on St. Louis. Chance to tie this game up in a low-scoring first quarter. Yankin throws it into Easley. On the Fordham side of the court, takes it across the timeline. This is going on Yankin on the left wing. Hands it back off to Karen Easley. Lucretia Edwards on the left elbow. 13 on the shot clock. Yankin knifing her way inside. Right elbow, Jay. Gets back iron. Rebound goes to Kirkenmeyer. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. St. Louis trying to extend their 2-point lead. Driving inside, Jonathan Denis. Back out to the far corner, Tillett. Now in the far short corner. Balls up, grabs down low. Goes off the foot of a player, unable to tell who it was. But Fordham playing some tight defense there right underneath the basket. The St. Louis ball. Zykeela Brown to throw it in for Fordham, for St. Louis. This one makes the late substitution. Anastasia Billikens
checks back into the game.
comes in for Ornella Yankin. Zykeela Brown. Inbounds it into Alyssa Kirkenmeyer in the near corner. Zykeela Brown. Circling around, out to the right elbow. Now far corner. Shot of the knee. Down low. Pass intended for Messiah Wallace. Intercepted by Anastasia Billikens. Coming off her best game of the season. Billikens driving inside. Puts up the short layup and can't connect, but a foul is called. So Billikens will head back to the free throw line. Just mentioned her best game of the season against LaSalle at 10 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Her season high in all those categories. Starting lineup today. Second string starter for 6 straight games off the bench. In and out on the first attempt. Second attempt. Battles it in. A 1-point game. Zion Nugent for St. Louis. Over to Isabel Tiller on the near side. Now takes it towards center court across the dividing line. Up top, Kirkenmeyer. Down low, Zion Nugent. Gets it out to Zykeela Brown on the left wing. Double team by Hill and Easley. Out to Isabel Tiller. Her short corner jumper from the near side. Can't connect. Almost shoulder on the rebound. Getting pressured by both Kirkenmeyer and Tiller, but gets it out to Karen Easley. Easley all the way down the court. Right elbow, Jay. Couple bounces on the wing for to be specific. A wacky shot, but nonetheless a basket and a Fordham lead. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Fordham up 6-5. Zion Nugent, down low pass. Kirkemeyer one-on-one with Omashola. Tries the floater. Can't bank it in. Veljovic on the rebound. Over a minute and a half to go now in the first quarter. Fordham trying to extend their 1-point lead. 6-5. Over to the right wing. Cameron Easley. Easley knifing her way inside. Floaters no good. Comes up short. Omashola gets the rebound. Passing out to Veljovic. Out to the left wing. Edwards. Smothered by Nugent. 10 on the shot clock. Easley on the left wing. Going back for triple. Easley slithering inside. Veljovic top of the key. Triple. Off front rim. And Zion Nugent there for the rebound. 6-5 ball game. Fordham with the lead. St. Louis with the ball on the right wing. Zacchaeus Brown. Mason Hill launches here. Now Zacchaeus Brown driving inside. Less than a minute left. Fordham with the ball down by 1, 7-6. Easley over to Anastasia Veljovic in the right wing. Over to Edwards. Too high of a pass. Right into the arms of Alyssa Kirkemeyer. Isabel Tillett out to Zion Nugent. Right wing triple. Colt goes out. Easley now takes it across the timeline. 30 seconds to go. 24 on the shot clock. 6-second differential. On a 1-point differential in this game. St. Louis holds a 7-6 lead. Far corner. LaCusha Edwards for 3. Too strong. A foul call on Fordham. So now no shot clock with 19.4 left on the clock here in the first quarter. St. Louis will have the ball up by 1 in a 7-6 score. On the court for them is Alyssa Kirkemeyer, Zacchaeus Brown, Alexia Nelson, and Zion Nugent. Jada Tippett. She hits the free throw line for 2 shots as St. Louis is in the bonus here. And the junior out of California knocks down her first free throw attempt. Coming off a 0-point performance on Sunday against Rhode Island. Second attempt. Rolls around the rim, falls down to shoot. 3-point game, 18 seconds left. Easley's pass intended for Lisa Hill on the far side of the court. Right at the dividing line, goes out of bounds. Drew to take it there to knock it away. Fordham will regain possession though with 16.4. Edwards inbounds it in. Corinne Easley. Directs the offense. 10 left on the game clock. Easley at the top of the key. Takes a screen from Olashola. Tries the left double J. Blocked by Jada Tippett. Mason Hill for 3. This is it. That's the end of the first quarter. Way behind the basket. A 9-6 score for St. Louis. Jada Tippett there on the defensive side with the block. His second on the team. 50 with 1.2 on the team. Low scoring first quarter. 9-6. Fordham on a 2-minute scoring drought. St. Louis won for their last 9. We'll be back with basketball on WFUV Sports. ball. Lucretia Edwards inbounds it to Tia Morgan. On the court with Arnell Yankin, precious on the shoulder. Anastasia Veljovic. Yankin on the left elbow. Knifing the way inside. Bounce pass down low. Oh, Mashola, what a move to the rim. Banks one in. Back to a 1-point game. Now Jonathan E. On the right wing. Guarded by Veljovic. Over to Zykira Brown. Swiped away by Veljovic, but Zykira Brown regains position. Over to Alyssa Kirkenmeyer now on the right elbow. Back to Zykira Brown. Zion Nugent, 12 on the shot clock. Right wing. Zykira Brown for 3. Kicks off back iron, loose ball. Right in front of the basket. Fordham ends up with it. Precious on the shoulder to be specific for the Rams. Nearly a minute into this second quarter. Fordham down by 1. Trying to retake the lead. Tia Morgan at the top of the key. Precious on the shoulder now on the left elbow. Hands it off to Anastasia Veljovic in the right wing. 10 left on the shot clock here for Fordham. Cross-court pass for Lucretia Edwards in the left wing. 5 left on the shot clock. Edwards top of the key. Yankin now. Down low pass. Almost Shola. And Fordham. Shot clock violation. Unaware how much was left on the shot clock there. St. Louis takes over. Alexia Nelson. Takes it across midcourt. Sophia Brown, top of the key. Hands it over to the left wing, Alexia Nelson. Now Alyssa Kirkenmeyer in the right block. Gets it out to Jonathan E. Far corner, 10 left on the shot clock. Cross-court pass. A lot of movement here from St. Louis down low on the left block. Shot by Zion Nugent was no good. Now Tia Morgan, nearly 2 minutes in. The left elbow, Tia Morgan, out to Lucretia Edwards in the right wing. 8 minutes leads in the second quarter. Arnell Yankin. The right side of the paint, back out to Tia Morgan. Top of the key is Morgan. Morgan slithering inside, can't put up a shot. Rebound is off the hands of Precious on the shoulder, out of bounds on the near baseline. Easily checks back in for Fordham. 7:51 in the second quarter. Fordham's 2 points. Omashola, only 2 points of this quarter. St. Louis still holds a 9-8 lead though. Jonathan across the timeline on the near side. Hands it off to Alexia Nelson. Right underneath the St. Louis logo. He approached home. That's to Zion Nugent, now top of the key again, Alexia Nelson. Right elbow, back to Nelson, down low pass, Alyssa Kirkenmeyer, right next to the basket, and tips it Kirkenmeyer extends the St. Louis lead now to 3. 11-8 with 7:20 to play in the second. Easily at the top of the key, reads the defense. Throws it over to Arnell Yankin on the left elbow. Yankin, free throw line, J is pure. Yankin cashes in. Back to a 1-point game, 3 minutes in to this second frame. Now, Jonathan E. engineers the offense. Hands it off to Nugent in the left wing, back over to the right wing. Zion Nugent hands it off. Alyssa down low. Tacks on another 2. A 13-10 lead with 6.5 to go in the second quarter in favor of St. Louis. Left elbow, Precious on the shoulder. Pressured by Zion Nugent. Bounces it down low to Anastasia Veljovic in the right block. Her pass intended for the far corner, knocked away by Alexia Nelson. Right out of bounds to the left of the basket. It's going to be 11 seconds left here on the shot clock for Fordham. Billikens rebounds it in on the left side of the baseline. Easily to Veljovic in the far corner. Shot clock winding down. Veljovic bounces it and Yankin loses control. Jonathan E gets it. Now Curran easily steals it all the way to the rim and floats it in. What a play by Curran Easley. The steal and the finish. And now all of a sudden back to a 1-point game. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. And a violation on St. Louis. Fordham once again has a chance to take a lead. Lucretia Edwards floats a pass to Cameron Easley. Takes it across midcourt over to the right wing. Easley toe-to-toe with Jonathan Lejevich. Cutting inside, left elbow J. Hits the back iron. St. Louis with the defensive board. Jonathan E. Cameron Easley makes it hard to takes it across the timeline. Now Alexia Nelson with it on the right wing. Via Bergstrom, out to Zion Nugent on the left wing. Jonathan E. to top of the key. 9 on the shot clock. Alexia Nelson, right wing. Cross-court pass. Left corner, triple for Denis. Hits the front of the iron. Kirkenmeyer on the rebound. It falls through. Fordham in transition now. Anastasia Veljevich drives the short baseline and puts one in.
Anastasia Veljevich.
Veljevich knocks down another 2 points for Fordham. Back and forth game between Fordham and St. Louis with 5 to play in the second quarter. Short corner jumper. No good from Zion Nugent on the far side of the court. Veljevich grabs the rebound. Over to Lucretia Edwards on the left wing. Zion Nugent smothers her. Bounce past the Yankin. He throws it off to Precious Omashola. And is called for a travel. Attempted vacation from Precious Omashola. Disagrees with the call. Now the media timeout.
This is who's going to be loud. Because somebody is going to go with the free t-shirt. But I need to see you get loud.
Bergstrom on the left wing. She'll try a triple. side of the rim. Jada taking on the rebound. That's a Zykeira Brown on the near corner. Back out to the left wing. Mia Bergstrom. 15 on the shot clock. Alexia Nelson, far corner. Back out Zykeira Brown, top of the key. And a foul call on Fordham will be St. Louis inbound.
Foul number 17,
Right over the bench.
First team foul against Fordham.
Zykeira Brown inbounds into Alexia Nelson. Melissa Kirkenmeyer on the left elbow. And an offensive foul called on St. Louis.
Offensive foul on
Fordham now going the other way.
Nelson.
Alexia Nelson there gets called for a violation. Renell Lincoln inbounds it into Tia Morgan. Takes it across the St. Louis logo. Now a little bit easy on the right wing. Back up top to Tia Morgan. Pump fakes the three. Morgan on the right wing. Foul low pass in the late block. Wilson Saltos maneuvers her way through. Can't finish. And he attempted to. And Wilson Saltos back into the game for Fordham. Mia Bergstrom circles around the arc, hands it off to the right wing. Zykeira Brown. Now on the right elbow, driving through. Alexia Nelson can't connect on the layup. Out of bounds on the far side of the Fordham baseline. Ball stays with St. Louis. 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. Alexia Nelson on the right wing. St. Louis by one with the ball. Far corner near Bergstrom. Down to the short corner. Kirkenmeyer. Cross-court pass to Zykeira Brown. 10 left on the shot clock. Now with the left wing. Out of left elbow Kirkenmeyer. Now back to Zykeira Brown. Navigates her way through and an offensive foul. Caleb Berry gets the deck. Takes the charge. It's going to be Fordham ball. Back-to-back possessions for St. Louis when offensive foul is called.
Jonathan Lee checks in for St. Louis, 15 Brown.
Fordham with the ball, chance to once again retake the lead. Jonathan Lee checks in for St. Louis. Fordham still has Kieran Easley, Renell Lincoln, Emma Wilson Santos, Caleb Berry, and Tia Morgan out there on the court for them. Easley on the right wing, passes it off. Near side, short corner, Caleb Berry. Passes down low for Wilson Santos, who banks one in. Fordham back in front by one, 16-15, 2:45 to play. In the second period. Left wing, Alexia Nelson moves towards the top of the arc. Now on the right wing, Jonathan Lee. Dribbling baseline, blocked by Wilson Saltus from behind. Wilson Kirkenmeyer right there to scoop it up and tap in another two. Kirkenmeyer now with 10 points on the game. Gives St. Louis the lead right back, 17-16, 2.5 to play. In this second quarter, Karen Easley, right wing. Back out to the near corner, Caleb Berry. One-on-one with Tiggett. Caleb Berry driving inside is fouled.
Billikens foul number 12, David Tippett. That's her first personal third team foul. Bell Tillett in for St. Louis.
Isabel Tillett comes in for St. Louis, the daughter of Coach Rebecca Tillett.
The Rams jersey number 9,
Anastasio Veljovic comes in for Fordham.
St. Louis.
A 30-second timeout is called before Caleb Berry gets to the free throw line. 17-16 when we come back. Caleb Berry head to the cherry set. Chance to tie this game or give Fordham the lead right back. You're listening to Fordham Women's Basketball on WFUV Sports. Back into the Chaifetz Arena. Caleb Berry shooting 2 shots off the charity stripe. First one goes off front rim. Caleb Berry 25% from the field last three contests, coming off a 4-point performance down in Philadelphia against the South. Second one in and out. David Tippett there on the rebound. Both free throws no good. Wide open is Isabel Tillett on a far short corner. Pass it out to Denis in the left lane. Call for a travel. Third one on the game for St. Louis. Official there asking for her passport. 1-point game with 2 minutes to play in this first half. 17-16 lead for St. Louis. Corinne Easley takes it across for Fordham. On the right wing, navigates the offense. Finds Kayla Berry on her right elbow. Down low pass swiped away by Alyssa Kirkenmeyer. Been a threat on both sides of the ball. And now Veljovic on the other side takes away the pass. Goes ahead, Emily Santos all alone.
Invaders credit Union block for Humber for foul.
And Wilson Santos all the way. The foul is called on Fordham. Jeff Mitchell of Fordham disagrees with the call, saying that Emily Santos was grabbed on her arm. St. Louis with the ball, minute and a half to go. 1-point lead for the Billikens. Alexia Nelson over to the right wing, Isabel Tillett. Now the right elbow, Alyssa Kirkenmeyer. Hands it off to Alexia Nelson. Free throw line, Jay. Misfires on that one. Nelson Santos brings in the rebound for Fordham. Corinne Easley. Trying to take a screen from Tia Morgan. In the left wing, her pass knocked away by Isabel Tillett. Rolls out to Kayla Berry. Now charging inside to the right elbow now. Back off to Corinne Easley. 10 minutes on the shot clock. Long two from Easley. Looked like it was tipped right underneath the basket. Now swiped away by Kayla Berry. From Zaya Nugent.
Shot clock violation. Billiken defense.
A shot clock violation here on Fordham.
Number 1 Mason Hill and number 11 Precious Somashola come in for Fordham.
Precious Somashola comes in along with Mason Hill for Fordham. Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. 17-16 lead in favor of St. Louis. Lexi Nelson top of the key. Guarded by Tia Morgan. Throws it off to Isabel Tillett on the right wing. Tillett driving towards the far short corner. Pass goes for Alexia Nelson out in the near corner. 14 on the shot clock. Left elbow, Jay! Alexia Nelson extends it to a 3-point game. Her first 2 points of the game. Tia Morgan at the top of the key. Sizes it up, Jada Tippett. Now over to the left wing, Anastasia Veljovic. 14 left on the game clock. Shot clock is erased. The left elbow, pressures on the shoulder, out to the right wing. Tia Morgan, now 7 on the clock. Tia Morgan, bounce pass, intercepted by Alyssa Kirkenmeyer. Out to Isabel Tillett, 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Last second shot for Zaya Nugent. And this is the rim to the left, off the backboard.
Fordham 16.
A 19-16 lead for St. Louis. As we end the first half, Fordham, these last 3 minutes with 3 turnovers. 4 in the last 5 and have been scoreless for the last 3 minutes. A 10-10 second quarter though between both teams. That first quarter the only difference. And a 9-6 deficit in favor of St. Louis as we enter halftime in the Chaifetz Arena here on Kids Day. Fordham down by 3 heading into the locker room. We'll be back for the women's basketball on WFUV Sports. back into the Chaifetz Arena. Getting ready for the start of our second half. St. Louis will have control of the ball first, going left to right. Their white jerseys, white shorts, blue letters and numbers. The right wing, Alexia Nelson. Hands it off to Jana Denis. Denis on the right wing with 15 on the shot clock. Bounces back up top. Zion Nugent, her pass floated to Alyssa Kirkenheimer, but it was too high. Goes out of bounds right underneath the basket. Turnover on the first possession. Fordham down by 3, 19-16. There's Corinne Easley's out there on the court, joined by Kayla Berry, Tia Morgan, Emma Wilson-Saltis, and Anastasia Veljovic. Easley's pass goes off the hands of Alyssa Kirkenheimer, goes out of bounds on the far St. Louis baseline. Fordham going right to left, wearing their maroon jerseys, maroon shorts, white letters and numbers. Easley to the right of the basket, inbounds it into Anastasia Veljovic. To the right block now, Emma Wilson-Saltis, triple teamed. Gets it out, Kayla Berry, left elbow, Jay, yes! Kayla Berry knocks down the 2. Fordham behind by 1 point now. Zion Nugent takes it down the near side of the court, moves over to the top of the key. This time, that pass is intended for Alyssa Kirkenmeyer, intercepted by Fordham. Now Anastasia Veljovic in the left wing. Throws a pass for Karen Easley, and she's out of bounds on the far side of the court. Too far of a pass from Veljovic. Easley unable to keep it in for Fordham. St. Louis back with the ball. Up by 1. 19-18, a minute into this third quarter. Jana Denis. Towards the far, to the near corner. Easley shadows Denis. Hands it off Alyssa Kirkenmeyer. Wide open Zykira Brown, left wing triple. Off the back iron. 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. Tia Morgan off the handoff from Kayla Berry. Takes it across the St. Louis logo. Fordham once again just trying to retake the lead in the right wing. 8,000 kids here in attendance chanting defense. Kayla Berry right elbow. Down low pass in the left block. Wilson-Saltis. Her layup is no good. Picks up the side of the rim. Now Alexia Nelson slithering inside on the right wing. Zion Nugent, her 3, tipped away by a Fordham player. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Fordham ball to the right of the basket. St. Louis calling for a tip. Zion Nugent to be specific. And St. Louis is going to go ahead and review this one.
Previous play is under review.
Wants to take a second look at this one. 19-18, 2 minutes into this third quarter. Fordham down by 1 to St. Louis. Looks back, Fordham wins the basketball after this review. Here on WFUV Sports. Hands it off to Zakira Brown. Working inside. No right block. Her layup is no good. Rebound by Zaya Nugent. She steps in. Zaya Nugent on the putback attempt. Back to a three-point game. Tia Morgan, the St. Louis logo. Smothered by the knee. Now Tia Morgan on the left wing. Hands off Bajovic. Bajovic, right elbow. Out to Arnell Niekin. The free throw line extended. Hands off back to Bajovic. And the left block. Bajovic's two is no good. Wilson Santos goes up the board. Her putback attempt is no good. Ball is loose between multiple players. And a foul called. It's going to be on St. Louis. Melissa Kirkenmeyer gets called for the violation. Forming to retain possession on the St. Louis baseline. On the near side, Corinne Easley to inbound in. 7.5 to go here in this third quarter. St. Louis over Fordham right now, 21-18. Inbound to Anastasia Bajovic. Hands it back off to Corinne Easley. Moves towards the right elbow now. Easley back over to Tia Morgan on the right wing. Time up for the shot clock. Morgan, the free ball and extended. Anastasia Bajovic, left wing triple. In and out. Catapult off the back iron. Fordham ball called on Emma Wilson Santos, who is in all of the foul call on the night. Pressure on the shoulder for Emma Wilson Santos. St. Louis can have the ball on their side of the court. 3 minutes into this second half. Lexi Nelson over to Jonathan E. Tia Morgan mirrors her. She takes it out to the St. Louis logo. Top of the key. Over to the right wing now. Zakira Brown loses possession. Karen Easley strips it away. Now dashes down the court over to Tia Morgan on the right wing. Thought about the triple. She will pull the trigger. Too strong. Doesn't hit the rim. Goes out of bounds on the near St. Louis baseline. Zaya Nugent just lets it fly out of bounds. Now she inbounds it into Alexia Nelson. St. Louis up by 3. John with Alexia Nelson. Guarded closely by Tia Morgan on the right wing. Alexia Nelson bounces it out. Melissa Kirkenmeyer, right block. This is down low. Zaya Nugent and one. Banks in 2 points. Heads back to the line for one. That chance for a 3-point play. For Zaya Nugent. Anastasia Bajovic. Calling a foul there. Mason down for Fordham. Checks in for Tia Morgan. Zaya Nugent 69% from the free throw line on the season. Knocks down that one. 3-point play for the graduate student. 24-18 lead. Mason Hill with the ball. Just over 6 to play here in this third quarter. Mason Hill. Out to Arnell Niekin on the far short corner. Back out to Mason Hill. It goes away from Mason Hill. Just past the outstretched left hand. Backcourt violation on Fordham as Karen Easley was there to try and save it. Turnover from Fordham. St. Louis trying to extend their 6-point lead. Jonathan Meade. Top of the key, one-on-one with Easley. Bounces it over, Zaya Nugent. The right wing. To the right block, Melissa Kirkenmeyer. Cross-court pass again to Zakira Brown. Left elbow, loses possession. Goes out of bounds, way underneath the basket. To the left of it. St. Louis with 2 left on the shot clock. On the right side of the basket, 2 shots left on the shot clock. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Zaya Nugent has to put up a shot, and is fouled by Precious Alashola. Good foul beat there by Zaya Nugent. Heads back to the charity stand. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Zaya Nugent first on this team in points per game. She's got 5 on the game so far. Make it 6. She knocks down her first free throw. Fordham scoreless these last 3.5 minutes. A 6-0 run for St. Louis. And now a 7-0 run, 26-18, an 8-point game in Missouri. Fordham needing an offensive rhythm sooner rather than later. It's easily throws it out to Mason Hill on the near side of the court. In the left wing, now moving to the near corner. Mason Hill out to Corinne easily in the left wing. 15 on the shot clock, 5.5 on the game clock in the third quarter. Easily slithering inside, goes up and puts up the shot. It falls down. Corinne easily knocks out a huge 2 points for Fordham to end their scoreless drought. And she'll also have a chance to put the 3-point play.
Jada Tippett and Mia Birch will be playing for the Billikens.
Coming off a 100-point game in Philadelphia, had a big crowd for her. Down in their game against the South. She is from Philadelphia. The freshman knocks down that second free throw. Back to a 5-point game with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Beasley and Lee in a tight race dashing down the court. Loses possession, goes out of bounds. Right in front of the St. Louis bench. Corner inbound in. Yankin throws it long for Precious Amashola. Now confused as to what the call is here. I don't know, the referee is signaling. Trying to explain to what happened there to Coach Jet Mitchell. And it's going to be St. Louis inbound here. On the near side of the court, once again, right in front of the St. Louis bench. Long pauses, referee's trying to explain. Mia Bergstrom out to the right elbow, Alyssa Kirkemeyer. Back out to the near corner. Zion Nugent. Tied up by Arnell Yankin. 12 on the shot clock, top of the key. Draw to the name. Double teamed by Fordham. Back out, Alyssa Kirkemeyer. Jada Tiggin on the left elbow. Now far corner, Mia Bergstrom. 5 on the shot clock. Pass intercepted by Arnell Yankin in the low post. Out to Kern easily. Gets it out to the far corner, Mason Hill. Bounces it out in the nearest far corner. Karen easily the floater. No good, but another foul called.
Billikens foul number 12. Jada Tippett, her second personal third team foul. Takes us
Karen
to
easily
the
right back to the free throw line after this media timeout. 4:43 to go in the third quarter. St. Louis leads Fordham 26-21. Back to Fordham women's basketball on WFUV. Jonathan takes it down the near side of the court. Double team by Billikens. Top of the inside imagery. Good ball movement from St. Louis. Now down in the low post. There's a Kirkmeyer. Double team by on the shoulder and Barry. Foul is called on Caleb Barry. Down on the right side of the baseline. Intercepted by Karen Easley. Takes it down the court. Easley all the way to the rim. Can't finish, but another foul is called. Caleb did it there. Ball for the violation. Back to the charity stripe for 2 shots. Trying to come down to 5 points in this lead. So let's see Nelson checks back in. Lewis comes in for Leah Bergstrom. And out to Zion Lewis. She replaces Jada Ticket. So far, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Only 1 free for St. Louis. Both teams struggling with 1 3-point land. Easy knocks down that first free throw. 4-point game. Both teams at 4,000 on the court. Easily knocks down both free throws. 3-point game in St. Louis. Jonathan E. pressured by Mason Hill right after the inbound. Knocked into the screen, right here in front of me. It's going to be an inbound once again. Not an inbound, that's the 5th foul here called on Fordham. Charlie heads to the free throw line. 2 shots. The freshman out of Montreal, Canada. This is the first free throw. Second company is good. 4-point game. The right wing, Anastasia Billikens. Out to the far short corner, Caleb Barry. Now near side corner 3 for Tia Morgan. Comes up short.
11! 10!
Regains possession. Easily at the logo. Easily in the right wing. 5 left on the shot clock. Up top. 1-2 for Caleb Barry. Off back iron. Rebound Tia Morgan. Morgan on the putback. She misses that one. Out of bounds to the left of the basket. Going to be St. Louis ball. Inbounded into Jonathan E. Pressured by this Fordham team. Full court press knocked away by Anastasia Billikens. On the far side of the dividing line, goes out of bounds. St. Louis inbound. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. 4-point game, 27-23. Billikens with the lead over the Rams. Inbound into Alyssa Kirkmeyer, who throws it away as she was knocked out of bounds. Tia Morgan now dashing in a 2-on-1. Nice move to the rim, misses the short bunny, but once again fouled. As Tia Morgan now heads back to the free throw line for 2 shots. Fordham 1 for their last 9 in field goal attempts. St. Louis, no field goals in their last 3 minutes. Much different game than what we saw in the Bronx. 67-57 to be precise. Big offensive battle in the Roseville Gym. We'll transition to the Chaifetz Arena. 27-23 game. As Tia Morgan makes it 27-24. 3.5 to go. Tia Morgan, 86% from the free throw line this season. Knocks down that second attempt. And a 2-point game. Isabel Tillett throws throws it into Zion Nugent. Getting pressured by Tia Morgan. Now starts to go, which throws it away. Easily gets it. Hits the deck. Alexia Nelson takes it away from Easley. And now she throws it away, rolling all the way out of bounds. And it's a violation called on St. Louis. One of the best defensive possessions you'll see from Fordham all year. Didn't even let St. Louis get across the timeline. As Easley was on the shoot to the right, and she had it taken away by Alexia Nelson, who just rolled it back to Isabel Tilley. It was too far away from her, and went out of bounds. St. Louis. Lucretia Everett checks in back for Fordham. 15 on the shot clock, 3 minutes on the game clock. Easley moving inside, puts up the floater, can't connect. Almost shoulder on an attempted rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be a St. Louis ball here on the near baseline. Fordham down by 2 in a 27-25 battle.
Previous play is WBB.
Now Fordham's going to take an extra look at this one. See if they can get offensive possession here. With 3:03 to go in the third quarter, 27-25. Down to the Chaifetz Arena. Looks like it's going to be another close ending here between these two teams in their second contest of the 2026 season. We'll be back with more Fordham Rams basketball on WFUV Sports. offensive possession. Tina Morgan's back on the left side of the basket. Over the pressure on the shoulder in the near corner. Out to the left wing, Anastasia Veljovic. 12 on the shot clock, under 3 to play in this third quarter. Veljovic driving in the low post. Zion Nugent.
8 seconds! 8 seconds!
She was knocked away from Veljovic's hand by Zion Nugent. Nugent unable to keep it in for St. Louis. So Fordham retains possession. Once again, to the left side of the basket. 8 left on the shot clock. Tia Morgan to inbound it in. Out to Kayla Berry. Who throws the right elbow. Hands it off to Tia Morgan. Left elbow, Jacob Morgan. Can't connect. And once again, going to be Fordham ball knocked out of bounds. This time to the right side of the basket by St. Louis on the rebound attempt. lot of second chance opportunities on this one possession here for Fordham. Still trying to tie this game or either take the lead. The shot clock resets. Tia Morgan inbounds it into the right wing. 2.5 to go in this third quarter. Easily. And a travel called on Tia Morgan.
Coming in for Fordham, number 5, Robin Billikens. And number 13, Emma Wilson Santos.
Isabel Tillett takes it across the timeline. With 2.5 to go in the third quarter, Billikens trying to extend a 2-point lead. Left wing. Out to Zaya Nugent. Nugent cutting inside. Her attempt for 2 is no good. Ornell Nienken on the rebound. Aimed it off to Tia Morgan. Tia Morgan across the St. Louis logo. Over to Kerwin Easley on the right wing. Easley. Floater. Banks it in. Rolls off the rim. Fordham has tied it. 27 all. Under 2 to play. In this third quarter, Zaya Nugent at the top of the key. Hands it off to Isabel Tillett. Down on the left block. Alyssa Kirkenmeyer double teamed. Her floater is no good.
Mason Hill comes in for the Rams.
Fordham takes
Tia
over.
Morgan.
Mason Hill checks in for Tia Morgan. Joined alongside Ornella Nienken, Corinne Easley, Emma Wilson Santos, and Anastasia Vajevic. Easley takes it down the court. Left elbow. Back up top on Nienken. Right wing. Anastasia Vajevic called for a travel. Score stays 27 all. 1:30 to go in this third quarter. Alexi Nelson double teamed by Vajevic and Hill. Nelson finally gets it across the timeline, goes across the hands of Kirkenmeyer into the hands of Zaya Nugent. On the right block. St. Louis up by 2 once more. 1:10 to go in the third quarter as Easley takes it across the dividing line, heads over to the right wing. Over to Anastasia Vajevic, top of the guard. Left elbow, Vajevic out to the right wing, Easley for 3. Scrapes the side of the rim. Zaya Nugent on the rebound for St. Louis. Now takes it up the court in transition. Zaya Nugent attacking the cup and a jump ball. Emma Wilson Santos there contested. And the possession arrow points in the favor of Fordham. Rams will get the ball. Beyond the arc for Corinne Easley. Fordham 0 for 10 from deep today. Easley on the left wing. 35 left in the third quarter. 20 on the shot clock. Mason Hill hands it back up top to Easley. Waits for the play from Coach Bridgette Mitchell. Hands it off to the left wing. Mason Hill. 10 left on the shot clock. Easley moves over to the right wing. Back up top to Mason Hill. Right elbow, Ornella Nienken drives inside, puts up a floater. No good. 15 left on the game clock. Shot clock is erased. With 10 now on the game clock. Isabel Tillett, left wing, Alexia Nelson. Top of the key. Toe-to-toe with Mason Hill. Cutting inside. Euro stepping her way to the basket. Can't connect. A huge 2 points there for St. Louis. To end the third quarter. Heading into the final 10 minutes of play. St. Louis on 31-27.
Welcome to the court, our St. Louis University dance team.
Fourth quarter. We'll be sure to provide for intense basketball. We'll take a quick break here before the start of our final quarter. Fordham down by 4. Facing St. Louis. You're listening to Fordham Women's Basketball on WFUV Sports. Alexia Nelson, Zakira Brown, Melissa Kirkemeyer, Zion Nugent. St. Louis going left to right, looking for the basketball on the left wing. Alexia Nelson now moves over to the top of the key. Over to the near corner, Jonathan A. Corner threes. Zion Nugent comes up, misfiring. Off the side of the rim, too strong of a shot. Zakira Brown gets called for the foul after the rebound, gathered in by Fordham. Rams have their first offensive possession here of the fourth quarter. He inbounds it into Anastasia Billikens. Takes it down the far side of the court, now moves towards center. Corinne Easley at the St. Louis logo. 30 seconds into this fourth quarter. Anastasia Billikens, left wing, near side corner. Lucretia Edwards for three. Off the side of the rim, pops out and into the hands of Alexia Nelson, getting triple teamed as she hands it off to Zakira Brown. Takes it across the timeline. In the left wing, now retreats back to the left.
Green, get her out!
Left wing
Green,
again,
get her
Alexia Nelson.
out!
Left elbow now, Kirkemeyer. Out to the far near corner. The knee for three. Can't go. Nugent on the rebound. Her putback is no good. Off the backboard and into the hands of Kayla Berry. Lorenzi now a minute into this fourth quarter. Still looking for the first basket of this period. Anastasia Billikens, right wing. Sizes up Alexia Nelson. Ball's tipped away from Nelson as she gets it. Hands it off to Denis. Working through the right side of the paint. And it's fouled by Veljovic on the attempted two.
The foul on number 9,
Tia Morgan comes in for Veljovic.
Tia Morgan comes in for Fordham. The Billikens, Tia Bergstrom.
So we have to go here in this fourth quarter. Jonathan Denis to the free throw line. Coming off a 12-point performance against Rhode Island. Misses that first free throw. Ranks 14th in assists, 19th in scoring within the A10. And knocks down that free throw. 5-point basketball game, 8.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Corinne Easley pressured by Jonathan as she takes it across the St. Louis logo. Hands it off Tia Morgan on the left wing. Back up top to Easley. 12 on the shot clock. Easley out to Lucretia Edwards on the right wing. Thought about the triple. Hits it up to the far corner. Out to Precious Omashola. 3 on the shot clock. Omashola's floater comes up short. Rebound, Alyssa Kirkemeyer. Hands it off to Alexia Nelson. Speeds it up the court. Out to the right wing. Zakira Brown for 3. Off the side of the rim. Omashola climbs the ladder. Gets the rebound for Fordham. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Easley towards the far corner. Edwards back over to the right wing. Now back up top, Easley. Near side short corner, Kayla Berry dribbling baseline. First shot hits the bottom of the backboard. Fordham looking for their first points in this fourth quarter. Only one from St. Louis. 32-27 with 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Far side now hands it down low to Alyssa Kirkemeyer. Gets pressured by Kayla Berry, goes out of bounds on the right side of the basket from the Fordham baseline. Anastasia Billikens, Oriana Yankin, Emerson Saltos. Looking for a quick change here for Fordham. Precious Omashola, Kayla Berry, and Lucretia Edwards come out for the Rams. Mia Bergstrom in for St. Louis, inbounds it in to Alexia Nelson. She's got 12 left in the shot clock. Back up top, Mia Bergstrom gonna try a triple. Can't connect easily. Gets redirected to the ball. Easley on a floater right down the middle of the paint. Emma Wilson Santos on the rebound. Her second putback and is blocked by Alyssa Kirkemeyer. Ball goes out of bounds again on the right side of the basket. This time on the St. Louis baseline. 17 on the shot clock here for Fordham. Fordham looking to execute on their second chance opportunity. Easley to the far corner. Tia Morgan for 3, bullseye! Tia Morgan from downtown couldn't have picked a better time to knock down Fordham's first 3 of the game. Back to a 2-point game, under 7 to play here in this fourth quarter. Alexia Nelson gets it swiped away by Veljovic, but gets control the ball once more at the top of the key. Works to the right side of the paint. And hands it back off to the right wing. Denis with 7 on the shot clock. Sizes up Billikens. Down low pass for Alyssa Kirkenmeyer. Goes out of bounds off of Fordham to the right side of the basket. Put in the same scenario they were put in a quarter ago with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Last time it ended up Denis working on easily. Euro stepping to the basket, attacking the cup, can't connect. Alexia Nelson on the rebound. Her putback is no good. But Arnell Niakin right there to snare away the loose ball. Easily brings it up to the left wing and a timeout called by Coach Bridget Mitchell of Fordham.
Media timeout. It's time for more.
5 minutes to go. 32-30. St. Louis and Fordham. Let's have Fordham women's basketball up to inside the Chaifetz Arena on Kids Day here in St. Louis. Last time these two teams played, it was January 21st down the road for here. Fordham had their Kids Day. St. Louis returning the favor here based on the 8,000 kids. Fordham, their career record against St. Louis at 12-14. Last time 5-5. On a 2-game losing streak against St. Louis. Looking for their first road win in St. Louis since 2021. As Easley takes it on the left elbow. Out to Veljovic on the right wing. 15 on the shot clock. Veljovic looks for somebody. Hands it off to Emma Wilson-Santos. Cross-court pass. Near side, long two. And now Niakin can't connect. Easley gets the rebound. Somehow comes all the way out to the left wing. Easley, cross-court pass. Far side corner, three is pure. Anastasia Veljovic gives Fordham the lead. 33-32, double team on it. Denis. Fordham comes up with the ball. Anastasia on the left wing. Veljovic driving baseline all the way up to the cup. Can't connect on the two. Pumps off both sides of the rim. 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Fordham has its first lead since the first half. Alexia Nelson waits patiently at the St. Louis logo, takes it over to the right wing. Hands it off Alyssa Kirkenmeyer in the low post. Banks one. Kirkenmeyer, 14 points on the game. Isabel Tillett will come in for St. Louis. Tillett, mentioned before, daughter of Coach Rebecca Tillett. Isabel would like to be a collegiate coach and teacher in the future. Seems to be in a good spot with her head coach also being her mom. Just over 4.5 to go. Fordham once again down by 1. The right wing, Tia Morgan. Up top, Anastasia Valjevich. Free throw line extender, Ellen Yankin. Emma Wilson-Salters down on the low post is fouled. Her layup is no good. Regardless, we'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Chance to tie or take the lead after the Zaya Nugent violation. Emma Wilson-Saltos, 2 points on the game today. Knocks down that first free throw pass to a tie game. Wilson-Saltos ranked 16th in the A-10 in rebounding. 47% for the field in the past 3 games. Second free throw, no good. Alyssa Kirkenmeyer climbs the ladder, gets the rebound. Foul call on Fordham. 4.5 to go. 34 all. Isabel Tillett goes into Jonathan E. Double team by Valjevich and easily. Both players hit the deck. And it's going the St. Louis way. Corinne Easley and Jonathan E. clawing for the ball right in front of the Fordham bench. The St. Louis ball. Isabel Tillett on the back end of that Fordham bench. Right here on the near side. Into to Alexia Nelson. Back to Isabel Tillett. And is fouled by Melanie Yankin. Taylor comes in for Melanie Yankin. Going to be an inbound right at the dividing line on the near side of the court. 4:18 to play in this final quarter. Alexia Nelson in the right wing. Bounces over to the right elbow. Zaya Nugent cutting inside. Goes up and is fouled by Fordham. Kayla Berry there gets her 4th foul called in the game. Now in foul trouble. 3 other Rams, Emma Wilson-Salters, Anastasia Valjevich, and Arnell Yankin all have 3 fouls. Zaya Nugent from the free throw line. Can't connect on that first attempt. St. Louis is in the bonus now as well. With 5 fouls called on Fordham. Only 2 called on St. Louis in this quarter. Zaya Nugent takes the lead for St. Louis. As Zakira Brown checks in for St. Louis as well. Jonathan E comes out. 35-34, 4 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Corinne Easley, the right wing, with 11 points on the game today for Fordham. Leads all scores on the Rams team. Emma Wilson-Saltos left wing. Pass intercepted. Cross-court pass taken away by Alexia Nelson. Nelson at the top of the key. One-on-one with Tia Morgan. Now works on Anastasia Valjevich in the right wing. Out to the near corner. Pass from Zakira Brown intended for Kirkenmeyer down low. Knocked away by Emma Wilson-Saltos. Going to be 13 left on the shot clock. 3:33 to go in this 4th quarter. Alexia Nelson inbounds it into Alyssa Kirkenmeyer. 10 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Isabel Tillett. Over to the right wing now. Once again, Alexia Nelson spinning around Tia Morgan. Goes up for the 2. Spits out. Rebound. Puts it in for 2. 3-point game. Zaya Nugent, 12 points on the game. Second on this St. Louis team in scoring. Easily over to the right wing, Anastasia Valjevich. Valjevich, free throw line extended, bounces one down low to Emma Wilson-Saltos. Goes up and misses the 2. Went back to the free throw line for 2 shots again. She's once again fouled. If she makes that shot, though, would have been a chance for a 3-point play in a tie game.
And
now a timeout called by Rebecca Tiller. Head coach of St. Louis. 2:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. 37-34. Should be an interesting final 3 minutes from Chaifetz Arena. We'll be back with more Fordham women's basketball on WFUV Sports. Back to the Chaifetz Arena. AP Smith, your lone broadcaster here for today. 2:57 here to go in the fourth quarter. First free throw by Emma Wilson-Saltos is good. 37-35. Wilson-Saltos bounces off the back of the rim and falls down to shoot. 37-36. 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Fordham playing a full court press. Isabel Tillett throws it ahead to the far side of the court. Zakira Brown in the left wing. Brown now on the far side. Bounces it over to Alexia Nelson. With 12 on the shot clock at the top of the key. Sizes up Veljevich. Nelson now working on Tia Morgan. 5 up in the shot clock. Cutting inside. Free throw line extended. Gets it off to Isabel Tillett in the far short corner. Swatted away by Wilson-Saltos. Won't matter. This is a shot clock violation. This Fordham bench hype after that play. With 2:25 to go. Easily trots it up the court. 37-36. Fordham with the ball. Ornell Yankin. Free throw line extended. Down low pass. Emma Wilson-Saltos cashes one in off the bank. Fordham back in front, 38-37, and a jump ball. Right off the rebound. Alexia Nelson gets pressured by Karen Easley. She's been everywhere today for the Fordham Rams. And the possession arrow points in favor of Fordham. They will have the ball as they make some substitutions here. Kayla Berry comes in for the Rams. Josiah Wallace comes in for St. Louis. Beasley floats one ahead to the left elbow. It's Kayla Berry. Berry cuts inside, banks one in. Kayla Berry makes it 40-37 with 2 minutes. Another full court press. Zion Nugent in trouble. Gets rid of it ahead to the near side of the court. Zakira Brown, 2-on-1. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by Wilson-Saltos. She falls into the seats. Interesting to see what the call would be here with a minute 55 to play in the fourth quarter. Ornell Yankin coming back in for Fordham. Rams with a 3-point lead. Rams lead 40-37. St. Louis on the inbound. Zion Nugent in the near short corner. Gets it off to Kirkenmeyer. Misses the right-handed layup, but it's fouled. Minute 49 to go. St. Louis down by 3. Alyssa Kirkenmeyer heads to the charity stripe for 2 shots. First free throw, bounces off the front of the rim and in. Back to a 2-point game. Kirkenmeyer with 15 points on the game at 8 in her last contest. And knocks down the second. 1-point game. Jonathan checks back in for St. Louis. 40-39. A minute 49 to play in this fourth quarter. Coming down to the wire here in the Chaifetz Arena. Easily over to Ornell Yankin. Takes it across the timeline. Over to Anastasia Veljevich in the right wing. Takes the screen from Wilson-Saltos. Veljevich to the free throw line extender. Now the low post and travels. Anastasievich trying taking a stroll.
Take a
Here
very
late in the game. In a 40-39 game, 1 minute left to go. St. Louis will get the ball right back. Fordham showing full court press. Isabel Tillett inbounds in, and Jonathan E. Double teamed by Barry and Easley loses control. Easley gets it in the left wing. Easley somehow escapes trouble. Fordham's got the ball back with 1.5 minutes to go. One-on-one with Diane Nugent. Trying taking a screen for Renell and the Incan. Back out to the right wing. It's Tia Morgan. 15 on the shot clock. Right wing triple. Tia Morgan can't connect. Renell and the Incan tips it out to Wilson Santos and throws it away, intending for Karen Easley. Goes out of bounds on the far side of the court on the dividing line. Another missed opportunity there for Fordham. 40-39. Rams up by 1 over the Billikens with 1 minute and 6 seconds on the clock. Thrown into Alexia Nelson. Takes it across the timeline.
1 minute to play.
Squares up with Tia Morgan and 1 minute left in this game. Alexia Nelson, right wing. Gets it back out to Isabel Tillett. Now on the right elbow, Zaya Nugent. Circling around the defenders. Up top, Isabel Tillett. 9 on the shot clock. Perkinamer down low. Nugent misses the 2. And a foul called on St. Louis. On the attempted rebound there by Kayla Barry, she was knocked to the floor. Fordham holds strong on the defensive side. Still up by 1. And a timeout called by Coach Bridgette Mitchell. 39 seconds left. Fordham trying to hold on to secure their second conference win of the season. St. Louis is trying to escape a 5-game season. We'll be back with more Fordham women's basketball on WFUV Sports. And we welcome you back into the Chaifetz Arena. Loud environment down here in Missouri. Today in St. Louis. Ashley Smith here for WFUV Sports. Pleased to bring you Fordham women's basketball. 39 seconds. Inbounded in from Tia Morgan to Karen Easley in the left wing. Trying to extend the Fordham lead.
We need to hear the next noise.
Easley, the St. Louis logo, takes a screen from Wilson Santos. The right elbow, Easley. 12 on the shot clock, spinning around defenders, goes up and is fouled. Corinne Easley heads to the free throw line. 17.8 leads on the clock. Corinne Easley has been the main manufacturer of this Fordham team. 11 points, 6 rebounds on the day. Chance to make it a 2-point game. Easley misses the first free throw for Fordham. All 8,000 kids here in attendance, making it as hard as possible to nail these free throws down. Easley can't connect on the second one. Wilson Charles with the rebound. Players hitting the deck. It's going St. Louis way. Jump ball is called. 14.6 left. Easley misses both free throws. Huge for Fordham. It stays 40-39. Jump ball, St. Louis has the arrow pointing in their favor. As they will get the ball back with 14.6 left. Once again, a chance to take the lead. Timeout called by Rebecca Tillett of St. Louis. And we welcome you back to the Chaifetz Arena. And the Billikens and Fordham Rams basketball here on WFUV Sports. And another tight contest between Fordham and St. Louis. Fordham looking for revenge for last month's bout down the Rose Hill Gym where they lost in overtime. 13 seconds left. Inbound into Isabel Tillett for St. Louis. The right elbow. Zion Nugent goes up. Blocked by Wilson Santos. Ball goes out of bounds on the near baseline, right in front of the back end of the St. Louis bench. 5.5 left on the clock.
Timeout, Fordham.
Fordham calls a timeout. 30-second timeout called by the Rams. 40 to 39. 5.5 here to go. Boy, oh boy, can this Fordham team use a win here today. 1 and 12 on conference play on a 6-game losing streak. That losing streak started against St. Louis on the day of January 21st down in the Bronx. And now they have a chance for revenge here on the road to come into the Chaifetz Arena in front of 2,000 kids of counting and knock off the Rams and knock off the Billikens. Right in front of me, actually. One-on-one, Anastasia Billikens. Right in front of her, Josiah Wallace. 5.5 left. Billikens inbounds it into Christian Edwards. And Chana Denis, or that's Alexia Nelson, excuse me, comes flying out of nowhere. Knocked into the Fordham bench. Coach Bridgette Mitchell luckily able to catch her. But just a second of time comes off. 4.6, same situation. Anastasia Billikens right in front of the Fordham bench. As now Rebecca Tillett is going to talk to the referees, maybe disagreeing with the possible call. 4.6 left. Anastasia Billikens of Fordham with the ball. Trying to inbound in. Over Lucretia Evans in the near corner. Fouled right away by Alexia Nelson. 3.4 left on the clock. Fordham in the bonus slide, but Lucretia Evans head to the free throw line. Lucretia Edwards of Fordham to the free throw line. 3.4 seconds. Edwards 3 for 4 on the season for the charity stake. Misses the first one. In a 40 to 39 game. Edwards, second free throw attempt. Cashes in. 2-point game.
Timeout, St. Louis.
41-39. Edwards knocks down one free throw. St. Louis has got 3.4 seconds to try and either take the lead and win the game, or at least tie it. And we will send another game of this series back to overtime. 3.46 left. We'll be back with more Fordham women's basketball at the ending of this insane game on WFUV Sports. offensive side is hyped and celebrates with their teammates as now 1.8 remains on the clock. Fordham looking for their first win against St. Louis on the road since January 17th of 2021. St. Louis got their first road win against Fordham last month in January for the first time since 0.9 remains. Edwards, who's only been to the free throw line 4 times this season, is going to have her third and fourth trip of the game right here. Knocks down the first 3-point game. The question is, does Edwards intentionally miss this one to race down that final 0.9? Here we go, Edwards can't connect. Kirkenmeyer, and that's it. See you later, St. Louis. Fordham on the road against 8,000 kids. Knocks off the Billikens. 42-39, a much-needed win for Fordham, and they're back in the win column.
As the Billikens take on St. Joseph in senior night of the junior Billikens opponent, that is Saturday, February 23rd.
A much different game than what we saw a month ago. 42-39. Defensive bout between Fordham and St. Louis this time. 67-57 last time down in the Bronx. And what was an offensive game. They do the complete opposite here. Fordham ends their 6-game losing streak, picking up their first road win of the A-10 season. A much-needed win for Fordham in the road to March. 15-8, they outscored St. Louis in that fourth quarter. And Corinne Easley, big-time player here today for Fordham with 11 points, 6 rebounds, gave Fordham a lot of second-chance opportunities. This Fordham team, on the defensive side, they struggled with Alyssa Kirkenmeyer and Zaya Nugent. But in the end, the Rams come away with the victory on Kids Day in the Chaifetz Arena. Thank you here for listening to this game on WFUV Sports, another edition of Fordham Women's Basketball. I have been Anthony Smith, saying so long from St. Louis. Fordham Women's Basketball is a production of WFUV Sports.